rising. Let's talk about dreams and dreams interpretations. So, for instance, it's very important to know exactly what's going on in your dreams because when you do know what's going on in your dreams, it's gonna take shape and form in your life. So, in this circumstance situation, you'll know what to do and when not to do. Because if you fail to take to handle this responsibility that your higher self, which is your spirit, or the universe helping you, which basically where they try to give you this information, and when they put this in your hands, it's very, very important to make sure you take this responsibility because this is your shit. For me, remember this. Teamwork make the dream work. So it's your responsibility to handle this information. So if you're not equipped with handling this information, then it's gonna be taken from you, and somebody else is gonna have to take on the responsibilities. Because remember, frequency is your spirit, your space, your gas, your location in the astral realm. Vibration is basically comes second. That's just basically the time, the experience. So basically, that's water. Feel me? Your spirit is like the fire. The water is basically dealing with your feelings, emotions, your soul, your waters, your fluids, your infinite. Feel me? It's pretty much the mother. It's like what's inside of you. So, being that you're the fire, the water gonna combine with it, and basically what's gonna happen is gonna be nothing but water, because the water gonna put out the fire. Feel me? The water gonna cool off the motherfucking fire. That's the whole purpose. And you know the fire is masculine, and basically the water is feminine. So, with that being said, after that, that's the air, which is the thinking and communication. And then boom, you got earth, practicality, structure. So basically when fire, water, and air, since fire is the opposite of the air, and water is the opposite of the earth. Feel me? You need the water for shit to plant on the motherfucking earth. And of course, you got motherfucking fire, which is air. And of course, you need that air to spread that fire. So that's how it play out. So with this being said, when you understand and understand the elements and you know what space and location you in, you will know, understand, and understand why these things and why these dreams take place. Because your spirit is constantly moving around. A spiral 360 is traveling. So when you understand and understand this shit, things that basically start floating in. Like, boom. Then what's more important is your vibrations. Are you vibrating high? Because remember, if you're down here vibrating low, you're not going to be able to receive information, and you're not going to be able to pinpoint it. Especially when your mind is cluttered. You got a lot of shit on your mind. You got a lot of baggages, emotional baggages. You got to basically replenish that and get that shit out of you. So let's use, for example, dreams of being chased by a lion. So look, if you and what is a lion? A lion is more like, you can say Leo or the sun, Premi. That's like a fire element. So of course, if you have a dream about a lion, this basically will be dictating as far as where the clock is at. For me, like for instance, if the sun is located in a fire sign, you're gonna experience passion. You're gonna experience a sense of occasion, over attention. Feel me? And remember, take this into consideration. If you afraid of a lion, then what's going to happen is you're going to bring that inside of you, no matter which way you look at it. Feel me? And of course, things be moving fast in the dream world. So if you're not paying attention to your surroundings and locations, and you don't understand that fear is false evidence appearing real. So fear and being afraid of something is very low vibrational. Feel me? You don't want to basically put that out there. And remember, if you in an unfamiliar location and you see a lion and shit, of course you always got to pay attention to the locations and places that you're in. Because if you're not aware of these things gonna overwhelm you. You're gonna be outweighed by it. So of course, if you dreaming and you in an unfamiliar place, which a place you're not basically resonating with, and you're not familiar with this place, you gotta understand and understand that by the way, that's what you're gonna pick up first, which is the thought of, wait, I'm not this space and location not familiar with me. And also, you could tie this to rooms, feel me? Depending on where you're at, inside of a house or outside of a house. So if you're not familiar with a place and location, it's going to basically get shot down to your soul. Especially if you appear to see a lion, for instance. If you see this lion, right? If you got on your mind, heart, and soul at the moment, if you afraid of this lion, it's going to read you, feel me? It's gonna read your energy. Feel me? And remember, that's the reflection that you're putting back out. So these animals, they deal more with the internal, like basically this is the fire element too. So if you're putting that out, they're gonna read that off of you. Boom. And of course, a lion don't mean nothing in your dream. For me, this is not necessarily what it is too. Like these things can take many shapes. Like spirits take many, souls take many shapes and forms. You gotta understand that shit, cause it don't really matter. It's just dealing with feelings and emotions, vibrations. So of course, if you're afraid, what's gonna happen is depending on how you're vibrating. If you're not able to escape or basically get out of that circumstance situation, if you don't take control of that, then that goes to show you either are going to experience this in your wake life, whether it can be somebody you're afraid of in your waking life, and basically this can play out into this shape or form. And it's basically something that you need to basically take steps into, like basically getting ready for, because this can play out into your life. So remember, that's dealing with like more of fire. So if passion, drive, fight, willpower too. So if you gotta basically, that's like your higher self coming to you in some way, shape, or form. Remember, everything you see is a reflection of you. You was these things. You could have been a bug, you could have been a lion, you could have been a tiger, you could have been a sheep, a giraffe, a snake. Feel me? And these all play out into what you're basically experiencing now. So you can look at somebody and read them just based upon their aura and shit. They could carry a certain aura. They be like, wait, this motherfucker ain't right. Something not right with this person, because you're picking that up. I mean, you gotta understand. Energy never dies. It only get reciprocated. So basically, you're just carrying out these characteristics in your next life. So a lot of people can read people, sense people, feel me? And if you're vibrating low, you're not going to be able to pick up certain shit. You're not going to be able to be aware. You may have some clarity on certain things, but if you're not aware of things and you don't see things, then you got to basically go within. We all got this power, feel me? This ain't a special ability. You just got to tap into this shit, feel me? And dealing with dreams interpretations, as far as dreaming of lions, you already know that's the fire. You already know that's the animalistic nature. And of course, you only knew that shit when you was in your wake light. So boom, you brought that into this existence. So of course, you need to take care of responsibilities of limiting and getting rid of fear. Because for me, you don't want to basically bring this into your world. This is vibrating low. And the lower you vibrate, the more you come down. The higher you vibrate, the higher you go up. So of course, what you do in these moments, in these circumstance situations, you go right to the light. You go right to the lion. You interact with the lion. Boom. Feel me? You don't run from the lion. You gotta interact with it. Don't be afraid now. Remember, this is your dream, not the lion's dream. Remember that shit.